Hey everyone, Adam with Antique Automotive Service. Today I'm working on this 58 Super that I picked up last week from the city, and I really am trying to get this engine started just to see where I'm at, if it's even worth it to make this car whole again, or if I should just go ahead and part it out. So I'm most of the way there. I've got the radiator and shroud installed and a couple of little pieces of sheet metal to make everything whole. Radiator hoses, and I went ahead and filled radiator with fluid, and I've got a couple leaks. Let me show you what I got. So here's number one that I noticed. It is a weeping freeze plug, and it's coming out of the middle of the freeze plug. So I don't know if this plug just didn't get changed when they rebuilt the heads, but it's definitely leaking. And then another spot, which is very typical of these nail heads, is this water crossover right here. That there's an O-ring in there, and you always have to just pack the shit out of it with like RTV or something like that, just to make it happy, because it doesn't seem like I can ever get those things to seal no matter what, unless I use some sort of pookie. And here as well, it's starting to seep. You can already see wetness around the gasket. I'll go ahead and cinch that down just a little bit and see what we got. I have another small coolant leak right there at the temp gauge deal. I think it's just needs to be tightened up. Some of this stuff is kind of finger tight, and I tightened the oil pan bolt quite a bit just a second ago, because I put 3 quarts of oil in this thing, and it's just now showing up on the dipstick. But I believe it's all just weeped out over the last several years, because it's been sitting. Hopefully that's it, because he told me he ran this car a couple times, and that could be a problem. But I'm gonna forge ahead, which is really, that's the biggest reason why I want to make sure this thing actually runs before I do anything else. This is the first time I've hooked this thing up to a battery, so I guess I'll find out if something explodes real fast. No sparkles. That's good. Tighten it a little bit. Good enough. Okay, so you have power, oil, transmission fluid. There's something in it. I've got the timing light hooked up. All I need is gas, which I've got right below me here. I'll stick the they literally have just a hose coming out of the fuel pump. Looks like they just kind of fed it out of a fuel tank, like I'm going to do here, because there is no fuel system right now. The tank is sitting on the floor in the garage, and it needs to go to the radiator guy to get blown out and cleaned up. But I guess there's not much left to do but fire it up. Okay, key is on. We have power in the interior. I'm just going to jump the switch here and see what happens. I think, well, that's not a good thing. It shouldn't be a thing. I think I'm going to prime this carburetor up with some fuel, and make sure that I'm not just doing this for fun. I don't even know if this fuel pump works. There's no fuel coming up in here yet, and it's starting real slow, so I might actually throw a booster on there as well. All right, battery is on boil. I'm going to see if I can slowly fill this bowl. Through this vent. I need to get it to run long enough to be able to pull some fuel out of that tank. Lord knows what this carburetor looks like inside. In theory, it should be fairly brand new. It's probably not though. I don't know. We'll find out. It's been so far so good pretty much with this thing, except for a couple little coolant leaks that aren't really terrible. It's just kind of sucks. Honestly, I don't think this engine's been broken in either, so when I get this thing started, it's gonna have to get broken in ASAP. I do have break-in oil in it. Wonder if I even have spark. Just gonna dump some fuel down the carb. See if I can get something to kick over. I've got some starter fluid too. I'd rather not use it though. No. Great. Let me check for spark now. I did check the voltage at the coil and it was only 5.5 volts, which sometimes that's meow meow okay, but I went ahead and checked it also at the resistor and it was only 2.5 volts coming out on the outgoing side. I got full voltage going in, but only 2.5 going out. So I'm just going to try it again. I replaced the resistor. Also, this distributor is loose, so I don't know if it had kind of advanced or retarded, so more tests. I need to check this coil. I read the resistance on it. If I read it at the tips of the posts, I get 30. Now it bounces around between, I don't know, 20 and 40. But if I go up to the wires, it's still all over the place, and that's not a very good ohm reading. And if I go from the center to the outside is 11.5. That's good, but that first one is kind of weird. It actually doesn't look very good at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and just swap it with one that I know is good. Hopefully this takes care of the problem. So going through not one but 2 coils in the garage, finally found one that was within spec. Screw it. Should have plenty of gas in it. Just needs to start so I can get gas pulled up through the fuel pump. No spark. That's great. I filed the points. We'll see if that helps. If not, I'll swap them out. Just not getting any juice. No. No, no, no. All right, last time before I call it quits for the day. Replace the points and condenser adjusted to speckles. Yeah, something like that. Oh, I just want something. It's on fire. Give me fire. No fire. I don't get it. What am I missing? Give me good ground. Where's good ground? Jeez. Yeah, there's volts. Full power there. Full power there. It's not measuring anything across the coil. I'll have another bad coil. Alright, one more coil and then I'm done. Okay, last chance, engine. I got nothing. What the hell? Let's see here. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I poked the points with a stick and it started shocking me. So I'm gonna try this again. Not sure what's going on there. Oh, I got this distributor so tight that I can't turn the damn thing. Feels like it's out of time. I don't know how the hell these guys had this thing running before this, but I guess whatever. Crazy, crazy. Well, I guess I need to turn this thing over and find out where top dead center lays. Ah. Okay. anyway. I can do that by hand. Okay, found out that problem. We were 90 degrees off on the distributor, so I just did the right thing and moved all the wires. Oops. Power would be good. Yes, sir. Need to get that fuel pump to pull. I don't see any fuel yet. That's not good. That's fine. That fuel pump's not pulling anything, but I need to, what I would really like to do is just get that thing kind of primed up. Sometimes those fuel pumps, if they're dry, they don't want to go. Just pouring a little fuel into the line here, and all over my arm. Let's see if that makes any difference. Come on. Let me see if I can fill this bowl up any more than I already have. I wouldn't be surprised if this pump was dead. Advance. No fuel. All right, I need a fuel pump. Game over. Well, it's the next day. It is July 4th. Happy birthday, America. I made sure I waited until it was about 150 degrees to start working today. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon. Got the fuel pump installed, and it is it's one of those crimped together pumps, and it doesn't fit very well. I mean, it fits once it fits in, but you have to take the generator off and basically hammer it past the control arm to get it into place. Oddly enough, the other pump was running backwards. It would not, I couldn't pull through it, and when I took it off, I manually ran it, and it was pushing air toward the supply side. So that's not good. I'm hoping that now we've got this all set up into place. I'm actually gonna try to pull this switch apart on the carburetor so that it doesn't continually start when I try to connect it up. Then I'll try the starting procedure again. Let's take this switch apart real quick. It's a very simple switch. It's activated by the throttle. So if you didn't know, somewhere in the 30s, I can't remember what year they started it, but all the way through 1960, they had the starter, or the starter switches on the carburetor, and it was activated by pushing down on the gas pedal. Several little pieces on this deal. Kind of wish I didn't throw the front sheet metal on this thing, but I don't really have a choice. I don't know why that's always running. Doesn't really make much sense. It's working like it should. Let's just try it again. Maybe it was just stuck. Probably not. I'm not going to connect it up until I know that it's good. I'll still just use it as the switch for now. Here we go. Yep, damn it. Hey, we have fuel. Pressure's good. We are charging a little bit, which is great, and hopefully that temp gauge works. It hasn't really moved yet, but hopefully it doesn't move too much faster for that. Temperature's starting to come up pretty quick now. I'm going to have to watch it real close. Hopefully that thermostat opens up and it's not stuck. Still climbing. Looks like it's settled right there, which is great. Very happy to see that. I've got a bunch of exhaust leaks, but this exhaust system is kind of trashed. That will be one of the last things I do with this car. Starting to creep up a little bit on our temp. We're right on the E. I mean, we're still within the normal range, but if I can see it keep creeping, I just got to keep a close eye on it, make sure it doesn't get too far. Over here on this side, there's a heat riser flap on the exhaust manifold. It's making a lot of racket. It's just flopping around. I'm happy so far. crap, but I haven't really done any tuning. I don't even know what the timing is because I can't see it. Cool. I'd say this is a mild success. Not good. I'd say this radiator's toast. That's a bummer because it looked pretty new. They must have just painted the darn thing. Crap. Well, of course it's getting all over my tools. That's hot, 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 hot. Well, I do have to say that I'm really relieved to see this thing running, regardless of all the coolant leaks and whatnot, but now I can sleep at night knowing that this thing is not basically a paperweight, and we can move on with probably the next thing would be making sure the transmission goes in and out of gear. I've got to get some transmission fluid from a parts store tomorrow, and yeah, I think just one step at a time. Transmission, then we'll start working through brakes, and maybe you start fitting front sheet metal back on the car, make it look like a car again. So yeah, cool, we're in good shape. Thank you for watching and going through this little journey with me. Appreciate it. I'll see you next time.